stop if need be. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the Bar Talk Virtual Chat. I'm James, the Executive Director, outside of my backyard on a beautiful Friday afternoon with Joe Bradley Law. Joe, are you there on the line?
Dave, I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. We're extending the Wi-Fi signal as far as possible, and so hopefully everything holds out, because we're gonna talk about some outdoor activities, and wanted to enjoy some of the outdoors as we're doing it. Now, Joe, you just added a sticker to the back of your vehicle,
Right.
metaphorically, I suppose, maybe actually. You are now what they call a half marathoner.
A half marathoner. I'm halfway towards something that people twice my age can do easily.
Now, the OBA summer, usually would take place in June or July on a hot day out at Champions Run, and we had for many years a running club that had a decent crew in it of runners. That's been a long time gone, but we know that there's some runners in the OBA, and you are very prominent about showing off your skills.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I was a runner for many years, and those years were called the 90s, and those were great years to be a runner. And then I took off about 20 years just to rest the legs. They say 20 on, 20 off. And and so, no, I mean, I got back into it in the middle of winter to lose, as my wife said, some of the weight. And so that helped a lot. And then once I lost all the weight, I'm very competitive, so I needed some excuse to continue running. So I wanted to do some sort of race. Unfortunately, since the plague has descended upon us, I was not able to do so. So I had it was a Facebook thing. It was a social distancing half marathon, and me and ultimately two of my friends separately ran half marathons, and we posted our stuff, and it was a nice little thing.
Screen here. We want to know your stats. We want to know how you did here.
Sure.
Here's a photo. Runkeeper is gonna tell us exactly what happened here. So 13.12 miles, 2 hours, 18 minutes.
I was aiming for about 2 hours and 13 minutes, so I was off my goal time by 5, but I beat my best time before that by 6 minutes. So right in that sweet spot. I was doing pretty good. I'll give you play-by-play. I was doing pretty good until the 9th mile, when my body said, "What are you doing? What have you done?" But I was pleasantly surprised by another OBA aficionado and lawyer in the community, Joy Suter, and her family. They surprised me by showing up at various spots on my run with signs, and they were cheering me on with water and Gatorade. And it, if I hadn't been sweating so much, I might have had some left for the tears of joy to cry by seeing my friends out there, because it was very nice.
So on a long run like this, did you have some shot blocks or some energy gels? Did you hide some water bottles, not knowing how you're going to stay hydrated? Or
the previous week I had done the little energy gels, but I found that just dehydrated me, and I was going to do one of the water backpacks, but since I had ordered it and got it, but I wasn't able to do a run with it beforehand, and they say never change up anything the day of the race.
Sure.
And so what I opted for was severe dehydration. What they don't tell you, Dave, is that the best part of an organized race is they have water tables and porta potties. And again, I'm not here to admit to any sort of public things, but I'm just saying, when you're out during a pandemic and you need to use the restroom, you don't have a mask on you, desperate times, desperate measures. That's all I'll say.
I mean, we're not going to get into details about a possible ticketable offense.
No,
By the way, somebody's cutting the lawn behind us. Is it getting too loud?
no,
You let me know. Okay.
no.
Um, I have run one marathon and my body shut down as well. I started crawling at any point. I mean,
Yeah.
was it anything less than a walk at any point?
Oh no, no.
Or
I kept. I mean, I think the slowest pace I was for the first half. I was averaging 9.5, 10-minute miles, and I think I clocked my last mile at like, 11.5 minutes. So like it never got like horrible, but like definitely like it's that weird moment where like you're literally telling your legs like to do something, and you're like, oh, it's you can't just mind over matter everything. Like I'm like, okay, now we're gonna go faster. My legs are like, I don't know what you think you're going to do, but I'm not going to go any faster.
well, you know, we started this by interviewing you. I had to throw in that I've run more miles in one day than you.
Oh, absolutely.
I have to say I also found this lovely share by you, that your neighbor came in over the top, to just barely beat you.
Oh,
Um,
but if you break those stats down,
oh, right,
this
he
guy,
went
this
further.
guy's,
Right.
he went further than me. And if you know anything about Omaha geography, his last mile and a half was straight uphill. So, now granted, my neighbor is about 10 years younger than me and is in the FBI. So I suspect he is required to be in a scooch bit better shape than I am. But yeah, good work, Tim.
Uh, I think we're gonna have to maybe move this inside because it's gonna get much louder here. So we'll just on the fly, just do some checking out more of Dave's house, I guess.
Oh, this is great. What a rare treat.
So let's just talk for a second. Again, apologies for all the moving around here, people. Let's talk for a second where you're gonna take this running to now that you've done a half. I mean, are you going to go full? Are you going to go ultras? Are you going to start speed walking? What's the next hurdle to get over?
I mean, there's been some talk of a full, but that would have to be sometime this fall, because I mean asking me that now is the equivalent of like asking a woman right after she gave birth, like, so when's the next kid? It's like, how dare you? How dare you? I can't even think about that right now.
Well, and I guess when you were training, you said your body stopped at mile 9 about there. When you were training, did you go close to the full, or did you?
Yeah. So in the weeks prior, the week prior, I finally got up to the full. The week before that, I got up to 12.5 miles, and so I was trying to inch my way towards it. And I know, I mean, you can maybe tell me about this. When you actually train for the marathon, you don't actually run that far until the actual day of the race, because you just like, who has time to just be like, honey, I'm going to go run 26 miles right now. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I think I may have done 112. I mean, I barely finished, but there was the thought in my mind that at some point when you're getting into the decent double digit there, that you're maybe doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
And so cross training, keeping your heart rate up for a long period of time can happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be all
right.
the running.
Well, and that's what I've been. So this most recent week, now that I'm kind of getting back into it, I'm working more on hill work and speed work, trying to, get it going. I bought some fancy shoes, because I don't know if you've ever seen my feet, Dave. I hope you haven't, but they are large. They are flat as flippers you would wear in the water, and you can hear me, like, literally it sounds like someone is clapping their hands together each time I take a step. It is so loud as they go on the ground. So whatever I can do to make that softer is what I do.
Well, and I think maybe we just need to go to the Facebook video that Joy.
Oh, that's right. Joy made a video.
Joy made a video. Joy runs a race, And you know, I was going to ask you if this has been like you do the half marathon and then you invest the money in the fancy upgrades from here on out. You've sort of earned it. Look at that! Look at that headband.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Well, the headband is a dual purpose. It keeps my COVID curls, you know, out of my eyes, but it also holds in my cheap earbuds.
and here you just littered, and gosh, we got that on video.
That's right. Bad news.
I mean, I have to say, I am very impressed. Some of us in this quarantine period, we've just really gone to the screw it, you know, we're going to just eat and drink our weight every single day. And you went to this health and wellness thing. So.
No. You see, for me, it's, I mean, and this is legit. For me, it is all about mental health. Yeah. You know, because this has been a very stressful time. I'm sure I've got it so much better than everybody, but essentially being stuck home with 2 children and a baby for 7 days a week, every week, all the time. It is nice to be able to get out, have some solitude, you know, for that brief moment, have that runner's high where you think, maybe I'm not surrounded by the plague on every side. You know, maybe things are going to be all right. And it's nice. But again, equally valid is eating the whole sleeve of Oreos. So whichever way you want to go with it is legit.
Well, and you know, mental well-being is kind of downplayed, and we've talked about it a bit on other chats and everything like that, but it is important, and that natural was it serotonin lift that happens through physical exercise, through raising the heart rate. I mean, that's important. I gotta say, Joe, you are a Renaissance man. You know, I didn't see a lot of extra going on with that whole outfit, with that whole thing. Like, you know, there just wasn't all the features that I like to roll with. And so you've inspired me.
I've been hearing about this new feature you got, Dave. What have you got?
Well, you know, Joe, it's just this little thing on my wrist here. It's called a Whoop. Be very, you know, it's just like when you say woke and nobody understands what that means. When you say, you know, do you whoop? Yeah, nobody understands what it is. But no, it's
what the hell is a Whoop?
Whoop. A Whoop is essentially, it just tracks your heart rate extremely closely and accurately. And the science behind it is that our heart rate fluctuates a bit, and there's a range of what your heart rate fluctuates at, and what your resting heart rate is at, but also these fluctuations. And so when it has more fluctuation between each beat, it's showing more health, it's showing more capability for you to do more. And so this is sort of a coach on my wrist telling me, yeah, you know what? You sucked down a couple drinks last night. Maybe this needs to be an off day. Maybe you need to get to bed early, or it's like your body's ready to go run a half marathon like Joe.
Let's be honest, you probably knew those things anyway.
And this is what's so extra, so millennial about it. You know, it's a good 3-month, 4-month push through Instagram. Sure. You know, you click on it, it obviously sees then everything that you do, and then it's like, we're going to push it on all your social media. Sure. And then I see the professional golfers that I admire wearing it, and I'm a sucker. So, you know, yeah, I could get a pad of paper for $1 and write it down.
Do not feel bad, because that's the other therapy I've been doing during this pandemic is like, do not underestimate like just gadget therapy. Like just the knickknacks and bric-a-bracs that I have acquired. Again, I feel like we should just, you know, have a room in our house for the Amazon Prime driver, because dude's here every day.
Oh, right now it doesn't look that bad, but yesterday it looked like Christmas morning, and it was just like another day. It's insane. Everything being delivered just.
Well, and it's funny. I mean, I'll say this: the bulk of the purchases are from my lovely wife, fellow attorney and public defender Allison Mendoza, And usually she is wonderful at like a good poker face. You can never tell what's going on. But like I'll come in, like I'll get home from somewhere and I'll see a stack of boxes on the front porch. So I'll grab them, bring them in, and I'll be like, honey, what are these things? And she'll do them, oh, that's, I don't know. That's something. I'm like, oh, can I open? No, that's fine. I'll open that. I'll open that later. It's not a you don't need to know what that is. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, enjoy.
And for some reason, fellow attorney, my wife Hannah, she doesn't have her own Amazon account, and so I get to see everything. I mean, there are a few things that are not Amazon related, but for the most part, I know what's coming before it gets here, so there are no surprises for the most part, which is okay. At the same time, oh, okay, we're doing that today. Yeah.
Now,
but it is,
so
yeah. You got to do something for yourself. Go buy something for yourself. Right?
Is she whooping it up?
No, she's laughing at me very much so. Actually, there was a boot camp, OTF Light, Orange Theory Fitness Light outside yesterday in the backyard, and boy, I have no idea how to do a pop jack.
Nope.
Burpees, I did them in slow-mo, but it was as fast as I could go. And I'm hurting. I have muscles that I did not know existed before yesterday.
Dave, slight tangent here. Pop jack, burpees, were these, I've heard these before. Were these named on a dare or something? What?
Horrible names.
Yeah.
Horrible exercises that only cause injury to somebody like myself that can never touch their toes.
Sure.
So I just, my theory is you have to have some level of flexibility, and with my solid 5 seconds of stretching a day, I'm
gotta get it in there. You got to do the work.
Yeah. So I'll have the good muscles, but the bad muscles and the tendons, they're just all going to snap at some point, very close in the future. So,
well, that's what somebody was warning me about the running. Because I've got a lot of runners in the family, and like, Joe, just be careful because they say your legs have just a certain amount of miles in them for your lifetime, and you never.
The Donald Trump battery idea, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the Donald Trump battery idea. But they say, but with your legs, I can imagine like there's just a certain point where you just can't run anymore. But my secret to that is, since I took the last 20 years off of running, Dave, I have the legs of a 19-year-old. It's wonderful.
Did you study the art and the science behind running technique as you were getting back into it? I'm a big chi running guy. I don't know if you got into that.
I don't need more reasons to get beat up at the gym, but I'm familiar.
My whole life is extra when it comes to simple way, not simple way. Obviously, I'm going to choose the not simple way. So,
Dave, for this field day, you win the most millennial medal once again. I'm giving it to you.
Thank you. Well, and we were excited about potentially switching over from tennis to pickleball, which Absolutely. You have been better than me at attending.
It's one. This is my pitch for pickleball, especially if you're not like 1,000 years old. You go out there. It's in Omaha. It's mostly the boomers that are out there playing. And if you've played tennis at any amount, you go out there, you feel like Neo in the Matrix because the ball goes so slow. Like literally, you feel like it stops and you can see it in the air and just you pound it. And Dave, when I play these boomers, they look at me like I'm a god. They're like, oh my gosh, like you're a jock. I've never been called a jock in my life. It's wonderful to feel athletic. And who doesn't like blasting a boomer with a wiffle ball every now and again? It's wonderful.
It really, I mean, you're right. If you have played some tennis and you are of a younger age, be ready to dominate. And I don't know. I find it to be better workout than tennis. It's more engaging. You can play people of a different quality and still have fun, where tennis, that's really tough.
And you still, like, if you play for an hour and a half, you still get some good cardio going. So it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I My mother-in-law got me into it, and I have hit her with the wiffle ball one time. Yeah, boy, you get pumped up, you just get excited, and you just want to slam it, and then you realize that that's the one person that you should never do that.
Shouldn't be doing that, Dave.
But I think as things loosen up a little bit, there's still a chance for maybe some pickleball out there if people are interested. You know, we can certainly organize a sort of Saturday. Well, we used to do Saturday tennis. That used to be a thing. So we're happy to do that. But any plans for the weekend for you to get outside and enjoy this weather? More running?
Dave, I love that you refer to the weekend like that is some different unit of time.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it's Monday. Never mind. We got a whole week ahead of us.
Yeah, like who the hell knows what day it is? Only you, Dave. No, no, it's the this weekend. I am a member at Fontenelle Forest. And we have joined, my son and I have joined, they put in a high ropes course last year, and so we're members. So now for social distancing purposes, you have to call and you get like a distinct period of time, and you bring your own masks and gloves, but you get to go up and do all the high rope stuff. And that's where my son looks like a monkey in a tree, and I look like one of those the orangutans with kind of the pot belly, just kind of hanging out. Like I can hang, but climb is tough.
And I haven't seen that yet, so I should definitely make it out there. Become a member.
Oh, it's
book a time, all
you
that
don't
stuff.
have to be a member, but yeah, if you become a member, you basically can, subject to your, your reservation, you can come and climb whenever you want, and it's a great workout, lots of fun, and keeps the kids out of my hair for 10 seconds.
That's always important. That is
Absolutely.
important. Well, you look like you're ready to go to court. I'm sure there's a lot going on a Friday at the courthouse. They
may get upset with my Bermuda shorts that I'm wearing on the bottom half, but
I'm glad when I said that this is going to be a casual, perhaps outside conversation, that you showed up like that.
I panicked.
When I zig, you zag. That's how it goes.
The OBA is so classy that I gotta step up my game for you guys.
Well, I don't want to spoil any secrets, but we're working on a pretty fun looking CLE later this summer coming out for the NSBA annual meeting. But there's going to be some acting from Joe Bradley.
Oh gosh, I totally forgot I had agreed to that.
Yes, there's going to be more Joe in your future, people. If you want to be involved with the OBA, you're going to see more of this Joe Bradley character.
Dave, I think that's not quite the catch, the grab that you're thinking it is, but because as we've talked about, my mom is not a member of the OBA, but that's fine.
And even yesterday, I talked to my mom. She's like, "Those are such great. Those chats are so great. And just you're doing such a great job." And I'm like, "Thanks, Mom."
Again, we please 100% of moms.
Can't do any wrong. All right. Well, you have a great weekend. Tell Allie hello and enjoy your time at Fontenelle Forest. Congratulations on the half marathon. Very, very exciting to know that we have athletes like you in.
And Dave, now that I found out that crawling is an option in the full marathon, maybe I'm in. I don't know. You sold me on it.
Yeah, I think that's when the the person who walks the course just kind of clean it up. Like, I don't know if I could have beat that person, even though I'd run the first 14 miles when I started crawling for 2 miles. Yeah, that wasn't good. But I have to say, it's pretty cool to say that you've done something like that. A lifetime event, right?
Absolutely.
So it's very American. It feels like the rest of the world just looks at us and like.
Well, I saw a post the other day. I said, to all the people running marathons, you don't have to do that, right?
Yeah, and my body would say that as well, since I couldn't run for 6 months afterwards because of the 1 day damage that I did to my knee.
Well, so. I was getting guff from another buddy of mine who was pointing out the fact that he has noticed in my life that I do nothing by half measure. So it's like, I'm gonna run a race. I'm gonna play tennis. I'm gonna play tennis all the time. Like, so it's I'm sure that's a totally healthy part of my personality.
All in Joe. We love it. Well, thanks so much, and keep on running and keep on letting us know how you're doing. We'll be there with science this next time. It won't just be Joy; it'll be the OBA. So
the OBA, that would be wonderful. Good to see you, Dave. You be well.
Good to see you, Joe. Bye.
Bye.